slamming against the hull as you left the island asylum behind. Caradoc's boat cut through the black waters, its course set for Avalon's shores. Then the deep stirred. A shudder ran through the vessel from neither wind nor tide, but from something far below. A presence, ancient and watching. And then it struck. The boat lurched violently, wood splintering as the sea itself rose in fury. A shadow moved beneath the surface, vast, coiling, inescapable. The next wave swallowed everything. Darkness took you. Salt filled your lungs, and then light. The crash of waves, the cold kiss of wet sand. You were alive. The sea had spared you, but not without a cost.
What's happening? In the name of the All Mother, what are you doing? I could have stabbed you. Wait, I haven't seen you before. Not. I'm not. I could have sliced you up like a fish? No. Like a potato. But I didn't, did I? All right, true. Why didn't you, eh? You could have killed me. So you're not one of them bandits, then? Who are you, huh? This pin. I can't say I see it very clearly at this present moment, but it does look important. Very official. But I remember Fergus said something about all this, these emblems once. Oh, yes, I remember now. I welcome thee, ye, royal person, on behalf of the keepers. You are a great friend to our own. Welcome. Please, speak with Fergus. He's our quartermaster. He runs things around here in the captain's absence. He'll greet thee properly. Have a pleasant rest of the day. Open it up, boys!
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let you in. He's not drinking again, I hope. Huh, that's surprising. But good. Very good. He's been a drunk for as long as I can remember. Keeps saying he'll stop, but he never does. At least not for long.
The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know I'm the quartermaster here. Now state your business.
And please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see. Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns.
And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he? If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves only the captain.
However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to.
Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home. Excalibur. You want to pull it out? That's a good one. Well, be my guest. If you think you can, go ahead. But unless you're King Arthur reborn, I wouldn't count on it.
He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job. And no offense to Odrin, but let's just say we can afford to lose him. I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can survive the insult. Fine then. This is the keep. Anyone sworn in as a keeper lives here, unless they're no longer fit for service. If that happens, they get transferred to the village. Otherwise, they're not allowed to go there without my express permission. So if you ever see any of my boys down there looking shifty, feel free to report them.
You're allowed to walk around the keep and the village, but if anyone catches you stealing, I'll take your hands. If you attack any of my men, I'll take your head. That enough for you? I'm Captain Brandon's right hand. He deals with the serious matters I don't want to know anything about. I take care of our everyday life. Ninian. I knew the Red Death would take him. Damn shame. He was one of the good ones. You did right bringing this back. The Horns look after their own, even after they're gone. But, now that I think of it, how did you manage to get hold of his tag? Tortured? In the asylum? You can't expect me to take that at face value. Brother Riagan said Ninian was too weak to survive the journey. They came for him, and we even held a symbolic keeper's burial for him. And what were you doing in the island asylum? You look fine, but if you were there, near him... I'm sorry this happened to you. Still, you have to understand, now that you've told me this, I'll be keeping a close eye on you. No risks can be taken when it comes to the Red Death.
We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness, as it has been steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it.
Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best what's going on there.
The captain forbade anyone from leaving the keep, so I couldn't. And truth be told, I didn't particularly want to. We don't get many recruits, and you're, well... Sure, let's go with that.
He's our huntsman. He keeps us stocked with meat, so the lads don't have to live on fish alone. They get pretty grumpy when that happens. Right now, Marg is the only other person who's allowed to leave the keep. I'm not about to risk the life of our last link to the outside world, especially when you're so eager to lend a hand.
Yes? Did you find out what's been happening out there? Great. A necromancer. Just what we needed. It wasn't the dark druid from the legends, was it?
Good thing you got rid of him then. We already have the Dol Riada almost on our doorstep. We don't need an army of the undead to boot.
You did well. Maybe it's not so bad having you here.
Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. But that's not happening anytime soon. Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain's quarters? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there? You've done your part in proving your worth. All right, you deserve the truth. You won't find the captain at the Horns of the South. He ordered us to lock down the keep, and then he disappeared. I have my suspicions about where he might be, but I can't say for sure. And frankly, I hope I'm wrong. Brandon once said he wasn't afraid to go to the Dol Riada, and the way he said it, I couldn't tell if he was joking. So maybe he went to make a deal with them? I think that's ridiculous. Everyone knows the Dol Riada are savages. Diplomacy is not their strong suit. But if it's true, if the captain did go to broker peace with the Dol Riada, you'd most likely find him at the All-Mother's Temple, where One Eye and his thugs are holed up. Getting into the temple won't be easy, that's for sure. And frankly, I'd prefer not to hear about your demise. Try sneaking in quietly, or see if you can convince the tribe's representatives to let you through. That's the best advice I can give you. And if you do find the captain, tell him to return to the Horns of the South as soon as possible. Galahad the Pure is already on his way, and he won't be pleased to find a bunch of keepers hiding behind the walls without their commander. We'll all face consequences if that happens. If you need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
Oh, really? Lying to Dalrita? You've got guts, but no honor. Lucky for you, I'm always willing to give people a chance to earn it back. It's been a while since someone bested me. I guess I really have gotten rusty. Still, a win is a win. You can pass through. Just don't do anything stupid. Fran's berserkers have even less patience than I do.
Well, well. I never thought I'd see Mabin flat on her back. Especially no by the hand of an outsider. Now, what business do you have that's so important? So, you're after that snake, huh? I've been telling One Eye he's nothing but trouble. Sure enough, it didn't take long for another outsider to show up at my camp. Sometimes, I hate being right. That man doesn't have a single honest bone in his body. He came here to make deals with us. And who knows? Maybe he'll stick to his word. But I don't trust him. Once a traitor, always a traitor, no matter who he's turning his back on. Still, I've sworn my loyalty to One Eye, and I'll stand by him to the end, whatever that may be. Anyway, he's at the temple. And before you ask, no, you can't get in unless you're ready to face my berserkers. And why would I? This isn't Camelot's land anymore. The temple belongs to the Del Rida now. As for this camp, it's mine. And I don't trust strangers wandering around our territory. They rarely bring anything good with them. I'm not sure yet. First, I need to see if you're really as determined as you claim. I'm not about to share our secrets with somebody that's only half committed. I've got a potion from Therov, made for my warriors. He claims his alchemy is better than what the Volker tribe has known for generations. The thing is, I don't fully trust his brews, so I need somebody else to test this one for me. Here, drink up. So, how are you feeling? What the hell? Damn it, Therov. I wasn't expecting this, not gonna lie. I don't know what you're trying to say. Just come sit by the fire with me. It should wear off soon. Feeling better now? Try saying something. Glad to see you haven't lost your sense of humour. Exactly why I've always told Therov he's full of shit. He's chasing the impossible. I knew it wouldn't work, but I wasn't expecting you to just go along with it. No Volker would accept a potion like that from an outsider. You're really determined to enter the temple, aren't you? No. I can see you're reckless, but I still don't know if I can trust you. Lucky for you, there's a rather delicate matter that turns out. I need some help for somebody who's no Del Rida. Don't push me, outsider. One Eye wants to make nice with the keepers, though if you ask me, no level in their precious pile of rocks to the ground is nice enough already. But he says that's no enough. He's looking to make a gesture of goodwill. Show them we're not here to conquer but to forge an alliance against a common enemy. And he's put me in charge of picking out a gift to send to the Horns of the South. Aye, I've got one. I sent some of my men to hunt down bandits and told them to collect an ear from each one they killed. I thought to have Ugwi make them into a necklace, but apparently, stringing ears on a wire is beneath his pride as an Ulfrite smith. Think you could help me put it together and deliver it to the Horns of the South? I know your lot thinks we're savages, but just so you know, it's no a tradition with us either. How else would they know we've been helping? The keepers probably wouldn't notice fewer bandits. They barely leave their walls. If you've got a better idea, I'm all ears. I could have Ugwi forge an axe, but he doesn't see much difference between the Southerners and the Camlotians. No that I blame him. I can't either. I just take One Eye's word that it exists. But I don't trust Ugwi not to somehow make it insulting. As for my people, the Volker stripped themselves of any meaning a long time ago. The only thing we have left is the Berserker potion. But that's too precious to just hand over. What? You want the entire fortress to start quacking now? You know what happens when he's left unchecked. No. Thereof's no an option. Besides, don't the folks of Camelot hate the kind of magic he practices? Fine. If you really think he's the best option, go talk to him. But remember, nae potions.
Still doesn't tell me anything. First, you showed up here like a dimwit. Now you're walking around camp like it's nothing.
I look into your eyes and I don't know whether you're made of steel or you're just a fool.
But you are here. And Maven didn't chop you to pieces with her axe. The runes seem to favor you, even though you're an outsider. I guess that has to be enough, for now. It's still more than you should expect. If you need something, talk to Vran. She's in charge. The woman. One Eye's orders, I assume. Therof has a potion here. Your loss. Therof's alchemy is unmatched, but only for those who know its worth. Maybe something for protection from the dangers that lurk within. Here, craft this. Tell the keepers to hang this in the barracks. It wards off the evil eye, and ensures a good night's sleep. Now go. That's all Therov has for you.
What the hell is this? Put it away. Were they trying to get you thrown in jail? You can't be seen around the keep with this druidic nonsense. I don't care what it was meant to do. We are under Camelot's law, and druidic magic is strictly forbidden. Just get rid of it, and warn them. We don't allow that kind of thing here.
I heard Therov actually made something useful this time. How'd it go? Knew it. This is why I shouldn't trust the advice of outsiders. Especially not those who were clearly born yesterday. What's done is done. Maybe it's for the best we don't get too cozy with those butchers. Just go. Head to the temple if you still want to. I need to figure out what to tell.
We need to make a plan. Camelot will soon figure out something's not right.
Don't fret. To the Dolriada, honor matters more than life itself. We gave you our word.
But do you realize that taking this temple was a terrible idea, right? It's just gonna speed up Camelot's intervention.
Taking the temple was inevitable.
Why? What do you mean? Are you trying to provoke Camelot into invading? Or you just not like the Old Mother?
We believe in the same goddess, but we call her Mater.
Well, that doesn't answer my question. What do you want? You don't look like you're from the tribes. How did you even get here?
Whoever she is, I can't say she lacks courage. We don't usually take visitors, so she must have found a way to get here. Well, that seems to be a matter for the Horns of the South. I do not need to be involved. I trust you to know what should be shared, and what's best kept to yourself.
I don't know what kind of madness brought you here, flashing that pin, but my friend's right. You've got courage. So, tell me, who are you, and what do you need from me? Conspiring? Don't be absurd. That's such a poor word for something so beneficial. I don't see, however, why I need to explain myself to a stranger. And not a very sharp one at that. If you're wondering why the commander of the largest garrison in the south would want to make a deal with the most powerful military force since the Age of Legends. Ha! Good luck with that! Only King Arthur can wield Excalibur. Every fool on Avalon knows that. Caradoc. Well, that changes things. I had a feeling that pin you're waving around was his. Fine, yes. Every new captain gets a set of secrets passed down from his predecessor. And yes, one of those secrets is how to touch Excalibur and survive. But nothing in life is free, you know that. Do something for me, and I might consider sharing our greatest secret with you. Galahad the Pure is breathing down my neck, and I hate it when someone's breathing down my neck. Even worse, One Eye's men say he's already set up camp at our old stronghold in the west. Oh, he's got a lot on his conscience. He leaves a trail of fire and ruins everywhere he goes. He keeps preaching that fire purifies all. Galahad doesn't bother with politics, because he doesn't have to. But from what I've heard, even Camelot's getting tired of him. Sometimes you've got to talk to people. No need to chase after them with a torch. You'll see soon enough how fanatical he is. Galahad's the last thing the Horns of the South need right now. Well, in theory, the Horns of the South should be on an equal footing with the Round Table, but that's just theory. In reality, they treat us like we're beneath them. They demand we supply them with food and protect the South, and all we get in return are threats that Galahad will be sent to put us in our place. I met him once, you know. He's no knight. He's a butcher. Bloody windfucker will fly from Camelot to the Horns just to hang half the garrison for whatever he himself will perceive as disobedience or treason. And I can assure you, there won't be any investigating when he arrives. Don't tell me you're that naive. Do you know how he earned the title The Pure? It's because he somehow got it into his thick skull that evil is everywhere, and the best way to deal with it is to burn it all away. So he goes round setting everything on fire. Sure, it's pure after that, because there's nothing left. Well, except for the charred corpses. But nobody in Camelot seems to care about those. My arse is purer than this guy, even after I take a huge dump. Galahad needs to die, obviously. That'll solve most of our problems. We'll just say he had an unfortunate accident, you know, fell on a pitchfork or something, and sweep it under the rug. By then, we can continue our talks with the tribes, and by the time anyone from Camelot decides to act, it'll be too late. Well, in theory, the Horns of the South should be on an equal footing with the Round Table, but that's just theory. In reality, they've been trying to suppress us. And the fact they're funding most of our operations, like building the new lighthouse, for instance, doesn't exactly help things. I don't see any way out of this that doesn't end in open war between Camelot and the tribes. Not to mention, half of my men will probably end up burned at the stake for treason or some other drummed-up charges. And I can't openly risk a coup. That would only make matters even more complicated. So, as you can see, you're the only one who can do this. The choice is yours. What's wrong with that? It's him or us. If we let him snoop around here any longer, he's going to uncover our plan to protect the South. And if that happens, trust me, you'll be going down with me. Yes, it's that simple. Just flash that pin to his guards. They'll let you in without a problem. And now, excuse me, I have things to do before the matter is settled.
Stop right there. Who are you? And what do you want here? Very funny. You're lucky I have to answer. We're the personal guard of Sir Galahad the Pure, a knight of the Round Table. But you won't be meeting him until you tell us why you're here. You could also leave in peace. That's what I'd recommend. It's true that this pin obliges me to take you to the knight. But did you actually earn it, or did you just pluck it from a corpse? Well, that's for Galahad to decide. Go. But bear in mind that Galahad is not a patient man. I only hope your cause is worth his time. Otherwise, we'll be carrying you out in a sack. The door is open. You'll find Galahad inside. Try not to make him angry.
I can hear you. Who goes there? It's shiny, sure, but you clearly have no idea what you're doing. Waving a round table pin in front of a knight of the Round Table. Not the smartest move. Normally, I'd throw you out for your arrogance and stupidity. But you're lucky. I've got a soft spot for boldness. And that pin has me curious. Where'd you get it? You mean you found Caradoc's tomb and robbed it? Interesting. And when exactly did this happen? Where did you last see him? I see. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So what do you want then? Ask them. That was the plan. It's my job to keep those lazy fish eaters in check. Camelotian gold flows to them, and I need to make sure they're doing something with it. But the Del Rita showing up. That made things more interesting. Their presence will bring down the south, and I don't let things fall apart on my watch. That's exactly why we need Camelot and the Horns of the South to be strong and united. You do know that the lighthouse of the Horns of the South works like a giant menhir, right? It's why we've ordered them to build another one to strengthen its power. As for how the Dalrita feel about the weirdness, I don't care. I'm here to protect our people, and those tribes are in the way. I know what people say about me. They think I'm a madman who burns everything, a butcher who hangs the innocent. I've heard it all. But I believe that only decisive action gets results. There's no room for mercy when it comes to insubordination, deserters, or heretics. It's the only way to prevent the fall of Avalon. We're going to fight the Dalrita. We're driving that rabble out of the All-Mother's temple. And when we head home, we'll put their heads on pikes at the gates of the Forlorn Swords. That way the rest of those barbarians will know Camelot is still watching over them, even if we have to protect them from themselves. At the beginning, yes. But they're primitive. They don't respect order. They never will. Arthur gave them the Forlorn Swords, a rich land where they could govern themselves. They were supposed to watch the giants deliver iron and chase after their cousins through the tunnels, or whatever it is that tickles their fancy. But no, that wasn't enough for them. I've always thought Avalon would be better without them. Arthur probably gathered them all in one place, hoping they'd kill each other. And that didn't work, so we'll have to do this the hard way. The war's already here. It's been going on for a while. We're fighting each other in the west, and people are whispering about rebellion in the north. The last thing we need is united tribes. Oh, so you don't know? One-Eye's a traitor. He's fooled the younger tribesmen with grand promises of uniting the tribes and marching north. The Council of Elders is still loyal to us. They want no part in a war. He's just a bandit, abandoned by his own people. When his village fell, no one came to help, and One-Eye, like the rat he is, ran. I'm just here to finish what I started. And when the Elders see us take down One-Eye, we won't need to worry about those savages for another 600 years. The one on the left was questioning my orders. For some reason, he thought his opinions were more important than obedience in the middle of a war. They aren't. The one on the right decided Camelot wasn't paying enough, so he thought that was a good enough excuse to help himself to his comrades' pockets. It wasn't. Denunciation, like loyalty, can be valuable. The key is knowing who deserves loyalty and who needs to be reported. I appreciate you telling me, but unfortunately, you haven't told me anything I didn't already suspect. Well, that's fortunate, because between the two of us, I'd be the one walking away. Instead, I've got an offer you can't refuse. You'll miss out on all the fun, and I'd be grateful for your help. Trust me, having Galahad the Pure on your side is worth it. We're going to fight the Dalrita. We're driving that rabble out of the All-Mother's temple. And when we head home, we'll put their heads on pikes at the gates of the Forlorn Swords. That way the rest of those barbarians will know Camelot is still watching over them, even if we have to protect them from themselves. Oh, so you don't know? One-Eye's a traitor. He's fooled the younger tribesmen with grand promises of uniting the tribes and marching north. The Council of Elders is still loyal to us. They want no part in a war. He's just a bandit, abandoned by his own people. When his village fell, no one came to help. And One-Eye, like the rat he is, ran. I'm just here to finish what I started. And when the Elders see us take down One-Eye, we won't need to worry about those savages for another 600 years. Interesting, no doubt, but I don't have time for them right now. Are you... See you at the temple. Make sure to sharpen your sword. We're going to have some fun. You've exceeded expectations, whelp. Who'd have thought a nobody from nowhere would prove so... useful? This had to be done. The Dalrita weren't just rebels. They were a disease, threatening everything we've built. And taking down Briadan, that was a personal pleasure. The man was a heretic, a fool, who forgot his place. Well, the less you know, the better you'll sleep. Brandon and his lackeys stumbled onto something. A place that should never see the light of day. And they wanted to expose it. Heresy, plain and simple. King Arthur gave everything to secure Avalon's peace. To reveal such places would spit on his memory and open the gates to chaos. And we can't have that during the war. War is about control, and preventing heresy is how we maintain it. Let's not test my patience. I've told you more than you need to know. Whatever it is, it stays buried. End of story. Because he was an idiot blinded by desperation. He thought exposing it would shake the South, destroy morale, and somehow help his cause. Instead, he only doomed himself and his people. And for what? To align himself with savages? To play at power he couldn't grasp? The man was beyond redemption. Oh, don't confuse Briadan's lunatics with the Dalrita as a whole. Camelot respects its agreements with the Council of Elders. What you saw here was just a pack of fools dreaming of taking Avalon for themselves. That dream ended today. Now, I'll leave this fish-stinking dump behind and return to Camelot. There's work to be done, and One-Eye's revolt was just a symptom of something worse. Killing him won't stop the next rat from rising. Here, take this. My directive for appointing a new captain. Tradition says I should do it in person, but frankly, I've got bigger priorities. Bergas will take over as interim captain, and Killian will handle quartermaster duties. They're the only ones in this cesspit who aren't completely out of touch with reality. When I return, I'll make it official, but I doubt anything will change. Ah, yes. The great ritual. Here's what you need to know. There's an old gong in the sunken village. They say striking it starts the test, meant to separate the worthy from the rest. Romantic, isn't it? Reality is far less poetic. Those trials, they killed most who tried. And those who survived, well, they were changed, twisted, unnatural. Only those who endured were worthy of becoming keepers. The so-called guardians of Excalibur. But ask yourself this. If none of them are alive to tell the tale, how much of this ritual is truth and how much is just desperate myth? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't have time for folk tales and the nonsense of these glorified fishermen. If you want to chase their stories, go ahead, but don't drag me into it. I'm here to fight a war, not indulge in their fantasies. Now, I've wasted enough time here. Stay alive if you can, or don't, it's your choice. I have more important matters to deal with.
You've met Galahad. Why isn't he here himself? This can't be real. Galahad confirms Captain Brandon's death and calls him a traitor to the Keepers. He's named me interim captain. Me? And says he'll make it official on his next visit. His seal is here. It's undeniable. If Galahad believes I'm the one to set things right, I won't argue. Someone has to. But Brandon, a traitor? I can hardly believe it. I'd heard rumors of his dealings with One Eye and his faltering judgment. If he sided with the enemy, then this end was inevitable. Now it's on me to make sure the Keepers don't follow Brandon into ruin. I'll undo the lockdown. The Horns of the South will rise again. Properly. Galahad has promised reinforcements, and I'll see to rebuilding our ranks. Recruitment, training, real purpose. For the first time in years, I have hope. Not just for the Keepers, but for the South itself. Come with me. I have to let the Keepers know.
Brothers of the South, we've lost Brandon, a captain who led with grit and a sharp mind. His absence weighs on us all. But our purpose does not die with him. The Horns of the South are more than one leader, more than one name. We are a legacy, a bond that cannot be broken. We faced loss, we faced doubt, but we're still here. The Horns of the South do not falter. We endure. And today, we rise once more. We return to the roots that made us strong, to the traditions that bound us together. The Horns of the South will reclaim their honor, their purpose, and their place in these lands. Our name will mean something again. Galahad has pledged tighter bonds with Camelot. Together, we will stand stronger, and all will know that the South is shielded, its people protected. Remember your oaths. From this day forward, we stand united. With each other, with Camelot, and no threat will scatter us again. The danger from the Dalriada and the bandits has passed, and others will come as they always do. Let them. We will face them as we always have, with courage, with steel, and with unwavering loyalty. The halls of the South do not bow. We do not break. We stand together. Now, let's show the world that we are not just surviving. We are thriving. To the South! To the Horns!
Mm-hmm.